We're sitting on a street corner in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and we are selling records. We got some records, we got some cheap books, and we got the magazine here. And we're showing off Matt's new series. This is, I don't know, he's got like a whole theory behind it, but this is what they look like, and we are on the corner of Bedford and North 6th in Williamsburg, if you're in Brooklyn. And we're just going to sit here and try to sell things. But it's a little difficult because everybody's getting off of work, and people have their headphones in, and this is, everybody's living in a little private chunk of reality. If you do like the usual I'm selling on the street things, and you make eye contact and you smile, people look at you like you're a crazy person. It's threatening. Originally we were sitting in like a deep shadow, but now we're, set up with the light and the barbed wire, so I don't think we look threatening at all. Would you take this for a second? And
is this onto the YouTube?
Yeah, we're live.
How'd you sign into the YouTube?
I'm already signed into YouTube. Don't talk about passwords and stuff. We're live.
I'm gonna stop doing this thing. Yeah, well, look up that shit for yourself.
You have a cigarette? We should just set it on something. I mean, I don't think we're gonna get like any chat or whatever. Well, because I want to give it an interesting view.
Wedge between two.
Oh, like two of these? Oh, that might be an interesting view. What? Super threatening. We got two chats. Thank you if you're watching or if you're chatting. Yeah, it's vinyl records. I went through a period of wanting to be very very cool, and I thought I would be like the guy from High Fidelity. So I bought all these vinyl records, and now they do me no good. I'm gonna try and set you guys up with something interesting to look at, because we're just gonna be sitting for a second. There's not really anything interesting to look like.
What you got here? You got anything good?
I mean, if you like records, then they're records.
This is my fresh creed, is it?
Yeah, that one's you.
I think we gotta pull out some choice ones.
It's a choice, yeah, show off the choice records. Nobody cares about records that I bought.
Prisoner of Love?
Prisoner of Love. You show it off. Show off your choice records. I'll film you. You're just talking about how you want to be more. This is Matthew H. James. This is Dagger's publisher.
Oh.
He's been all over the YouTube channel. He doesn't want to talk. Minty Spinners.
Jose Jimenez.
Talks to teenagers of all ages. Is that a good record?
That's funny.
What's the deal with Jose Jimenez?
He's a comedian from the 1950s. Jokes. Let's go jokes.
I smoke one of those cigarettes.
That's right there.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, I don't know if I want to cover this with my Oppenheimer analysis.
Some deep cuts, yeah. I mean, the theory is that people will see the records and stop, but that hasn't been going. But yeah, we got the magazine. I guess we should give you an update on issue 2 if you're interested. Okay, it's taken for fucking ever, and there's a lot of you that I need to get back to, and I really want to make a project of fucking writing. You should sell them and fund. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to sell them and fund the new issue. And no, we won't take any candy.
No, we got investors. Second issue is coming out no matter what. Second issue is coming out.
Oh, print issue. But there's a lot of people that I need to write messages to online, and honestly, I was overwhelmed with the size of the response that we got to the last issue, and I fell way behind in my correspondence, and I've just been sort of wakefielding myself. If you read that Nathaniel Hawthorne story, for like a year, and I've been working on various projects, but nobody, like that doesn't. When you come to the internet and you say I've been working on projects, that has a very negative valence. I was used to wonder about that because I'd read these websites in the 90s, like Old Man Murray, right? It was the best gaming website. You should go check it out. There's an archive, oldmanmurray.com, I think.
Good internet reads.
Great internet read. It's by Eric Wolpla. He's the guy who wrote Portal, but don't hold that against him. And they would take forever to update. Like, I was always on Something Awful, and Something Awful was like a machine, man. It was like every day a new thing. And they weren't that funny, but sometimes they were like pretty funny. And it was important that it came out every day. And there was just such a big amount of shit that came out every day. They had a whole weekly rotation at some point, like Photoshop Friday and stuff. And I would always wonder, like, man, why can't Old Man Murray update as much as Something Awful? Like, it sucks. Like, the only thing that sucks about Old Man Murray is they never update. And the reason that they never updated is because they were building up like a backlog of interesting material. So every time they did update, it was a lot of stuff and it was really cool. But I perhaps underestimated what went into the idea of building up a backlog of interesting material, especially material that's like interesting enough. I don't know where to look. That's interesting enough to
warrant putting up on the internet.
Well, to follow up the last issue, which I was very proud of, and we got a lot of fucking amazing submissions. But like as an editor, it's my job to go through and figure out what it looks like. And I've gone through like 7 versions of the last site. I don't know. The bottom line is it's art bullshit, and I'm sorry about that. Like, it is bullshit. But the second issue, we got investors, and we're having a good time,
I'll try to ask these people if they would like to hear the Dawn tapes.
The Dawn tapes?
Yeah, we got a lot of Dawn stories on record that we're thinking about loading.
Yeah, stuff from my years doing, like, sort of being adjacent to journalism. What are those? Canton Ave Cullen asked. Yeah, we're going to upload everything. Basically, they're just me telling stories from, like, going around, and mostly they're political stories. It's, like, political reporting that I did in the years running up to 2016 and then, like, through 2016. And we're going to upload all kinds of stuff. We're going to be uploading a lot more stories on the YouTube. Like, we've been doing weird stuff with the YouTube. Basically, like, if you saw those little roaches that we did early on, where it was the paintings with the phone conversation, we're going to do that, but they're going to be like longer and weirder, and the conversations are going to be more interesting. Not to slag off those conversations because I thought they were interesting, but like we're gonna push it. Let me see.
Is it broken?
No. This is being broadcast, by the way, on our latest sponsor, which is Cayman Islands Holding Companies Technology, LLC, maker of the Cool Pad Android device. I can't do that, though, because it's like Sam Hyde completely owns the ironic endorsement thing. It's like stealing a joke. It's like being Carlos Mencia. Jokes. It is fucking cold out here. Can I go get your glove?
And then the third option, you guys just, make a couple of bucks. Yeah.
Live streaming. Should do this more often. Don's got stories. It's been going around. I got it. Yeah, those ones.
I don't know how Diversity in Comics does it. You know, he does this like 4 times a day. I love that channel. What do you think of that channel?
I think it's good. I think he did interesting stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Did you see that he Sam Hyde wears diapers? That he does not. No. The chat disappeared. But if you, I love shit. I'm not Sam's rabbi, and Sam Hyde will upload when, where, and in the manner in which he devises. A wizard is always precisely on time. He's never late. What? It's like Tolkien. Why, is that a terrible thing to say?
No, it's fine.
Why is that a bad thing to say?
I think it's good. I was telling him about tell him about your day.
Well, Williamsburg, because we thought that people would have money. Because we don't have money, and we know that it's somewhere, and we're close to it. We can smell it.
Just tell him it's easy.
Yeah, and it's you know, we're just a hop, skip, and a jump away in a slightly more dilapidated area in the Piss Jug Cathedral. Matt, tell them about your Taco Bell cup.
Oh, yeah. We got a Taco Bell cup of iced tea that Don gets upset about at the studio.
There's a Taco Bell cup that he half filled with urine.
No.
It's Bob Newman says, on the way, I'll be there in about 16 hours. Don't come to Williamsburg for any reason.
No, tomorrow we'll be someplace. We'll post up someplace else tomorrow.
We're still going to be posting up someplace in Brooklyn, New York, though. So, like, prepare for the look and the smell of people who love their own farts. Smell their own farts. But he filled a Taco Bell cup with fucking pee, and he left it right next to my area. And the thing is,
my area.
Yeah, my area. Yeah. No, I saw a whole YouTuber. She makes cartoons, and they're all about how nobody should touch you in your area. Matt did not watch this YouTuber. Matt does not know the rules. But he left this fucking thing right next to where I sit. Do shit like this. We plan to do shit like this once in a while. Yeah. As long as the cool pad holds out, we're gonna keep doing stuff like this. Well, I had an interesting experience today.
Yeah.
Well, but I want to finish talking about your piss.
If we're gonna talk about the piss jugs, we're gonna talk about Don's fucking gigantic gallons of, like, he used to purposely get freaking kitty litter jugs to do his business in, because they had a wide mouth.
I've been yelling about
so,
the USS Liberty bombing on the street for a while now, and it hasn't
like a fucking
done anything for us.
That's got cracked open. Like,
I didn't do that.
Comes out like that.
I pissed in sealed containers that were of various sizes and shapes, and then it was difficult to offload them. Matt pisses in open containers and leaves them.
I'm a civilized person. I don't piss anywhere.
He's not
Restroom.
a civilized person. Lovecraft wrote stories about people like you. What's the best sealed container to piss in? It depends on
the kitty.
There's a couple of vectors, actually. You can piss for a week in a giant kitty litter container, but then you got to think about what you're going to do with it once it's full, because then you've got a giant jug full of piss.
So Don used to try and like he thought it would be a good idea to pour some bleach inside the fucking container to sort of like
to sterilize it.
But he didn't realize that the ammonia had built up so much from his own personal defecation that like the ammonia and the bleach interacted. So while he was going, it turned into a big white cloud of
look.
Of
this is like you. Yeah,
chlorine gas.
I made a gas bomb. Yes, I chlorine gassed myself with my piss. Yeah, and I couldn't stop pissing. I made a gas bomb. You're absolutely right. How much to Huff Don's piss box? That's not for sale. But if you ever come to the studio, you'll get to do it for free. But I don't piss in there anymore because I've got an apartment. I'm a rent-paying man. Okay, like I'm fucking making it work right now. But the thing is okay, so it's the piss bottle thing is all well and good, and like you make fun of me and you say I'm a neat because it's like, yeah, you know, guilty as charged a little bit.
There's nothing neat about it.
Yeah, there's nothing neat about it. There's nothing neat about being a neat. But the thing is, like, I'm in a fucking argument with the State Department right now. Like, we're writing letters back and forth because they believe my birth certificate is forged and I have no official identity. Like,
Don has been non-person.
I mean, when you're unpersoned and you got no papers, you gotta find a way to make it work. Trespass anywhere about a guy I used to live next to. Jesus Christ, Don, the kikes, no. We can't say that. It's terrible. But there's a guy that I lived on Bergen Street here in Brooklyn, and there's a guy named Charlie Tice who just lived on the street his whole life, and he was fucking 70 years old, and he had like fucking ancient street cred. He was completely untouchable. Nobody Tice. And not only did I see him like just taking a piss, not even hiding it, just in the middle of the street, just like fucking nobody will say shit to me. I saw him take a shit once. Right in the middle of Bergen Street. Family, residential. And he was a Vietnam veteran. He was a fucking real.
He earned the right.
He earned the right to act that way. Originally, I relocated from Texas to. Did we just die? We're reconnected. Sorry about that. What made you relocate from Texas to NYC? Youth, essentially.
You could tell him. Don went to college.
Well, I went to college in Texas too.
You went to college here.
Yeah, well, I got into graduate school in NYU, and I always wanted to be in New York. It's where all the movies were set. I had this idea that it was like, you know, that it was this place where I would just make more sense. And then the weird thing is that it's like that ended up being true to an extent, but I think it was mostly just because I was a little bit older when I was in New York. Although the thing is, like, I just moved out of the city for a little while, and then I came back. And I really like it here. I know that it's unfashionable. And I don't want to be, how bad's the smell in New York? It's pretty, you know, it can get pretty gnarly, honestly.
There used to be a animal market, a live animal market across the street from the studio.
Live animal market? Where the
hotel is now. They built a hotel on top of it, and like they used to, like, during the summertime, they had like a drain in the back that they used to dump like all the sick animals that would die, and they would put all the stuff in there, so like it would all smell like death in that neighborhood.
It smells like death in that neighborhood now. I made it smell like death because I was dumping my fucking kitty litter containers full of urine under the elevated train line. So there would just be, like, in the summer, like, imagine that, 20 gallons of hot piss greeting every fucking
Municipal worker would pick that up.
No municipal worker will touch it. No one will touch it. It'll never be touched. It's like R9K.
Our mutual friend was quite upset that we left that on the street for a number of...
It is a little bit like the Middle Ages. And honestly, that's the big appeal of New York. There's so many people here that, like, at a certain level, civilization just fucking dissolves. And, like, civilization is a weird machine these days that runs on fucking insane documents. Like, I was fucking renting an apartment last fall, and they were running background checks on me. How much to use your 20 gallons of piss to fight the state of New York in your honor? Sadly, the 20 gallons of piss is gone, and Daddy has access to a toilet now, so it will never come again, hopefully. Maybe talk to Matt, because he pisses in fucking containers and jugs, and his life's spiraling wildly out of control. No. But civilization breaks down at a really accessible point in New York. Civilization runs until it doesn't. That's definitely true. And everyone could use a little less civilization sometimes. I completely agree. The thing is, you got to have Conan the Barbarian's mindset, because Bob Howard had it all figured out. Like, you can use civilization for your advancement, but you are not of civilization. You do not belong to it. Much love from Australia. Much love to Australia. Yeah. Fucking, you guys bought the magazine in bulk. Thank you so much. We lost money on every one of those shipments.
Australia kneecapped us. Like, we love
Can't
you guys.
let the sewer lords gain your bodily essence.
Yeah, exactly. My precious fluids.
You're looking at two guys that have seen through the lies of Big Toilet. We were completely red-pilled on Big Toilet. See, Bob, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Bob Nooneman. I like to think of myself as more of a Solomon Kane. Solomon Kane, and also shout out to the north of England who just came in. Solomon Kane is really interesting. I've been reading a bunch of Solomon Kane stories over the holiday, and Big Toilet. Yeah, but thank you, Bob, for the explanation. Solomon Kane is Howard's most complex character because he is not of his time. Dagger, you homeless now? I was homeless before. I was actually homeless. I was homeless when you were reading the last issue. Like, I literally published the first issue of Dagger the day I lost my apartment. And now I'm in an apartment again, and the cat is very well taken care of, so I'm not homeless anymore. Matt's going to be homeless soon, though. No.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting evicted.
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about that?
No, I don't.
You want to talk about Solomon Kane?
Yeah, talk about Solomon.
Okay, so Solomon Kane, if we're doing location shout-outs from Arizona, Little Roaches About Texas and Parking Lots spoke to me. Thank you. I love Arizona. Matt got accepted into the Tucson Sculpture Show, so there's a chance he's going to be out there soon, and he's going to be showing like ironwork Rasta guys that look like the fanciest Chipotle.
No, that sculpture actually has a good story. It's an old sculpture that I made. What?
Finish.
Oh, no, yeah. It's hard to describe. It's like a sculpture of a guy sitting down, like with his hand out, asking for shit. And like when I made it, like fucking like I had somebody body cast me. So like I had a friend come over and like a bunch of people come and like help body cast. And then so of course if they're all doing you a favor by body casting, you don't want to just like have your your dick out or anything like that. So this body casting doesn't have a fucking dick on it. And he's got like a hand out like this, like asking for it. So every time everyone saw the fucking sculpture, they all thought he was asking for his dick. So after that, I put dicks on all my sculptures.
So you literally made a bronze. Let's back up here. The dick. I know you want to focus on the dickless thing because like castration is a big theme in your psychology and in mine as well.
It was preemptive.
The asker. How much is rent in New York? I pay $850 for a tiny room that's like a cyberpunk living arrangement where everybody is like mutually alienated from one another. I mean, I just moved in, so maybe I'm just not being friendly enough. But I always jump to a cyberpunk conclusion. I really identify with Solomon Kane, though, because, I mean, not that I'm that badass, because nobody is as badass as Solomon Kane. He's so pure of heart, he can punch a ghost. But he's an atavist, He isn't a man of his time, but he justifies his atavism by being a fanatic, like a religious fanatic, a Puritan fanatic. And that weird contradiction is just, it gives him a lot of complexity and it puts a lot of depth in his stories. And he's also always hanging out in Africa. So there's a racial component to it. And I would really recommend anybody who is interested in that part of it to read The Moon of Skulls. That's a fucking excellent story. And it's got a nice little twist on there if you're reading it from a race politics perspective. Because let's just say we're all fucking disreputable to somebody. Let's just say that. Atlanteans. Loved your Last Jedi dissection. I work in entertainment, and it helped me fucking... the chat disappears. Articulate why this franchise is so cynical and awful now. Down and Out in Paris and London. I have read Down and Out in Paris and London. George Orwell is both collectively our favorite writer.
Yeah.
Matt has a very deep relationship with George Orwell.
Yeah. I'm under constant surveillance. Don spied on me.
Can you hold it so I can smoke a cigarette for a second? We've been you're holding the thing wrong. We're just getting you got to hold it by the top. Because it's flipped upside down because it's Cool Pad from Cayman Islands Holding Companies Technology LLC. Can I smoke a cigarette? Matt has all the cigarettes. I'm not spending money. I gotta make rent. How do you drink the water in New York without going infertile? You just go infertile. Bumfight stream now. Assemble the contestants. I missed the Blade Runner comment. Hold on. It's
our last two here.
All messages are visible. Here we go. This is the live reveal trailer for the next Blade Runner, full of Shabbos goys and 20-gallon piss bombs. I gotta stop reading these out loud, but I probably won't. You have the lighter?
You have the lighter.
No, I got it. This shit is Kino. TV, represent. I'm not going to go back on TV until Maisie Fag is killed. Just kidding.
Grab me away, we can just start up.
Figure it out.
I got tape.
Oh, yeah, tape it.
Hold that.
Don't go back on TV until True Detective Season 3. I saw the first 2 episodes. I liked them. 8chan TV is better than 4chan TV. Agreed. Where's Sam at? I don't know. He's working hard.
Where's the camera on that thing? It's on the bottom.
R/little dick problems. I'll check it out. Love the article you did about him a while ago. The Penthouse article? I loved it too. I like that Sam and Charles made a video about it. That's. Would you endorse smoking? I don't know. Charles is a fucking very creative guy. He's really funny. What's you guys' cigarette brand? At the moment, Marlboro Lights, because Matt uses them to roll these foul, whatever.
I don't.
What's you guys' cigarette brand? Okay, I'm gonna figure this out here. All right, we're taping you onto a milk crate.
That works.
Yeah. No, fucking Sam is amazing, Charles is amazing, Nick is amazing, MDE, those guys are fucking geniuses, and MDE never dies. So yeah, what else is new? We talk about politics.
You just tell a story.
I don't have any stories. I could talk about delivering for Postmates.
Tell me about that.
So yeah, the economy is finally gotten to a point where you could literally monetize like walking around. You sign up for this thing, it's like Uber, but you just deliver shit to people. You like go to fast food places, you pick up food and you deliver it. You get $4 a delivery. There are people that are like, grinding this. You can literally just like monetize walking around, and you have this like little phone over your heart that's just palpating as new jobs cascade over you, and it's like you're one with a very, very tiny portion of the economy.
People want McDonald's and they want it now.
And of course, yeah.
You should tell the story of the fucking. You should just relay the story of the Steve Costigan that we wrote. Tell the whole story.
Yeah. We wrote a screenplay based on the Robert Howard character, Sailor Steve Costigan. But there is no sadder start to a sentence than we wrote a screenplay. The first thing that I wrote was screenplays, like of any length. And I tried to get all my arty friends at Austin to like make the movie with me, and we made some movies. But I could never get that first script made. Everybody hated it. I mean, I don't know. You got to eat a lot of shit before something works.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody like we're just gonna sit because we're running out of things. But if anybody wants to ask us a question in the chat, we'll respond to it. It's like a hangout time. Plus, like I want to produce videos that have aggressive, pointless length. Still no sales.
Show them the comic books. Say, ask them if they want to talk about.
Charles said he wants to do a podcast with you. Where? Oh, sorry, it wouldn't scroll down. Oh, Jesus, I've been missing. Don't remind of the Reddit, shit hit me harder than 9/11. That's cyberpunk as fuck. What's your favorite conspiracy theory? Yeah, sorry, I've missed a bunch of these. Where are the customers? No customers. So what's it like at the Big Apple? Sucks. I saw you briefly in trailer for Sam's Big Update. I think it was Kickstarter TV. Can confirm. I probably shouldn't confirm nothing, but I've done some work with Sam that's fucking excellent.
Who was talking about the Orwell, right? There's
Yeah. Hold on. We got stuff. Don, what was your take on the MDE subreddit getting taken down? I thought it was fucking bullshit. No one talked about it, strangely. What's your favorite conspiracy theory? The relativistic physics is a lie. Spit food. That's cyberpunk as fuck. I know a guy who has no papers, homeless for multiple years. He pays, if I remember correctly, you were in school for theology. What made you first got interested in that path? Sorry, it's going all over the place, but I'm going to try to get to everybody. I went to school for religious studies, not theology. And religious studies is the study of theology when you are not yourself religious. And it's a very loose and undefined field. And, it's pretty lovely. It's a pretty lovely thing. And what got me into it was I went to a Catholic university, and I'd been raised like Daily Show atheist. I'm gonna try and get the chat to come back, live chat, yeah. And so I was raised to just like stick my nose in the air at religious people, and I'd always been like a big fuck. I have no idea where the top ones are.
Just finish the story about what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, no, I'm going backwards. So yeah, to finish the religious studies thing. So I ended up because this Catholic university required people to take a Bible course. I ended up in this Bible course and I was dreading it. And then I had the fucking experience that you're supposed to have in the university brochure, where it just like, it blew my fucking mind. Because if you're into literature at all, and especially if you grew up on the internet, the Bible is the longest preserved like reactionary discussion in human history. And you just fall into it. And I didn't get out of it for many years. I mean, I'm still not out of it, you know. I fucked up that wording. Is this your first live stream? This is the first live stream. We're selling the magazine and some records. And yeah, change the title to Red Q&A. I don't know if we can change the title. And honestly, like the phone only operates its YouTube application upside down, and it's currently duct taped to a plastic crate. So we're not gonna be able to do that. I respect the hustle. Thank you, Mr. Marie. Thank you. Love the mag. Thank you. And I can't read Bob's latest thing yet because you're blocked by the fucking tape. All right. I'm just going to hold it. Favorite, you're probably on the way to beautification. Is Sabo upcoming? What's Sabo? Favorite Catholic theologian? Teresa of Avila. The Interior Castle. Unquestionable. Coffee cold. We have actually sold stuff on the streets. Like we usually do pretty well, but like I do these record sales, you know, like I typically do it in a different area of town and not on a Monday night when it's cold as shit. Because the cold as shit Monday night is like that's the deal breaker, you know? The strategy is usually you set up on like a nice residential street when it's sunny, you make eye contact with people, you smile, you say, hey, records for sale, records, magazines. Nobody wants to hear that. They're all coming home from work. And you make eye contact and you're like breaking street code. People are focused on what they're doing. How much for the records? Favorite John Carpenter movie? They Live. I think Matt can talk about They Live some more. How much for the records? It depends. I think the most I'm going to sell is for like 20, 30 bucks. But that's if I could get it, if anybody ever fucking stops.
Hey Heather, it's Katie. It's like 7:15 on Monday.
Like, throw the bike. Throw the bike. Go ahead, the city bike.
Got any Mort Garson in the records? I don't think so. Hey Heather, it's Katie.